In 1873, Austin was on the verge of many changes. At the beginning of the year, martial law was still in effect following the Civil War. By the end of the year, the population was growing so quickly that many immigrants found themselves making their homes in tents just west of the city. The crowded streets prompted a new city ordinance: no cattle permitted to run on city roads and streets. At the state capitol, tragedy. A man hired to rid the old capital of bats caught the Capitol dome on fire. Several years later, the entire building would be destroyed by another fire. Just blocks away from Congress Avenue, today the heart of downtown Austin, one of the city's oldest residential areas was alive and well. Among the area's many prominent residents, the Tipps, Carringtons, and Wilmots, was a German immigrant named Henry Hirshfeld and his family. Hershfeld became a successful Austin businessman and co-founder of the Austin National Bank. Along with his wife, Jeannie Molesky, whom he met and married in Austin, Hershfeld decided to make his home at the corner of Ash Street, now 9th Street, and Lavaca. It was in 1873 that Hershfeld built the first of two homes he would build here, a modest 6-room cottage where the Hirshfelds lived for more than 14 years, while their more luxurious 2-story, 12-room mansion was being built right next door. After the family moved into the mansion, the smaller house came to be known affectionately as the honeymoon cottage, because over the years, numerous newlyweds set up housekeeping there. From 1873 to 1973, the Hirshfeld property remained a family tradition, with members of the family continuing to live in the mansion all the way up until the early 70s. Today, inside and out, much of the Hirshfeld mansion, cottage, and the adjacent carriage house remain as they were nearly a century ago. Through the Heritage Society of Austin, the buildings have been purchased and restored to their original condition by the Texas A&M University Development Foundation. The keynote to A&M's restoration project at the Hirshfeld Mansion was authenticity. The exterior of the mansion, cottage, and carriage house have been completely and accurately restored to the 1880s. Today, this turn-of-the-century Victorian-style mansion coexists in the shadow of a progressive downtown Austin. Inside, on the main floor of the mansion, the story is the same, with every possible detail painstakingly researched for exact restoration. In every instance possible, original surroundings and furnishings were preserved throughout the mansion and remain today as they were before the turn of the century. This piano, original fireplaces and mantels throughout the house, Victorian light fixtures and plates like this, the ceilings and carved wood moldings, even the doors and the hinges they hang on, all original. To ensure that the restoration work was done as accurately as possible, reproductions of many other original but unusable items were created. Carpeting for the house has been reloomed to an exact match of scrap pieces from the original carpet. Throughout the mansion, the reproduced carpet continues to accent the home's original hardwood floors and staircase. 3 separate wallpaper patterns, all original to the mansion, have also been reproduced specifically for the restoration project and rehung in their original locations. Even the paint colors, inside and out, are matched to the originals. Many of the building materials and other furnishings which needed to be repaired or replaced are also identical replicas of the originals or reproductions from the time period. The stained glass windows, which beautifully accent the entire mansion, are also original, as are the twin brass lamps located opposite one another at the foot of the staircase. The meticulously restored Hirshfeld Mansion today gives us an accurate statement of what life was like in Austin during the late Victorian period, but at the same time, restoration of the cottage and the second floor of the mansion blend into functional uses for today, as they have been effectively adapted for office use without destroying the illusion of a turn-of-the-century reality. Even the addition of modern necessities like electricity are subtly hidden to preserve that illusion. The extensive research and thoughtful work put into restoring the Hirshfeld property has helped keep the spirit of Austin in the 1880s alive. Today, it's the only house and cottage combination remaining in Austin. And despite the continuing changes taking place all around it in the name of progress, at least this small corner of our city will remain the same.